Okay. The next item on our list is the state of play. For state of play, I only have one thing to say on this. I think God of War looks good. That's about it. Looks good.
Yeah, I don't really remember it that well because there wasn't too much in it that I was interested in.
Tekken 8 got revealed.
Tekken.
Yakuza Like a Dragon was revealed. Team Ninja game got revealed. I forgot the name. Obviously God of War got revealed. Hogwarts Legacy got a trailer to talk about a PlayStation exclusive quest, which, again, I just want to cite PlayStation. You keep crying about the Call of Duty thing, about exclusivity, yet you constantly do this. It's just like, stop crying. Those are the highlights that I remembered from watching it earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm just like kind of cycling through it. There was two other games. There was two other games. I forgot the name of this one. Let me see if I can grab it.
It was that Project Eve, which got renamed to something else.
Yes, Project Eve got renamed. This one, Sin Duality.
Oh yeah.
And then there was that other game. Here it is. Project Eve is changed to Stellar Blade. So there was Stellar Blade, which Stellar Blade looks pretty good too. I like that. That looked good.
Yeah, that one's I think 2023 as well, so it's kind of still a ways off. But yeah, no, that could be a fun action game.
Yeah, there's definitely stuff in here that's like if you're. I think there was a lot of emphasis on the I don't want to say it's not maybe Japanese Eastern games because
yeah,
we
they
had
had
like
a lot
Tekken,
of
Japanese
I
games.
I think this Stellar Blade.
I think this is Korean.
I think it's Korean as well. I was like listening to the language in it, and I was like, that kind of sounds like Japanese, but I don't think it's Japanese.
No,
like,
it's not.
I think it's Korean.
I think it's just like Eastern gaming influence is what I wanted to say there because I don't think. And then there was God of War Ragnarok at the end, which obviously,
it's God of War.
It's God of War. It looks good. Nothing else for me to say. It just looks good. I like fatty Thor. I want to say fatty, but he's really not.
Yeah.
But like Chonker
Thor.
Beer Belly Thor. Beer Belly Thor is what I would imagine actually someone like that to look like, where it's like that Viking, lore of Thor. Like, yeah, he's probably gonna have a beer belly. The guy's probably eating and drinking all the time. Like, are you kidding me? He's probably got a beer belly. Yeah. Like, that's what I imagine Thor to look like. So I mean, this wasn't a bad state of play or anything. There just wasn't a lot that I necessarily like honed in on.
Yeah, same. And as Ghost said in the chat, a lot of the stuff was relatively. There wasn't a lot releasing this year or anytime that soon. There was a lot of just like vague 2023, which to me doesn't mean the first half of 2023. That means the second half of 2023.
Right.
So we're looking like 10 months to a year plus away for a lot of these games, which is, it's a ways. And there's a lot of stuff to look forward to before those things.
Right.
So, yeah.
The only thing that I saw specifically for this year was God of War Ragnarok. I was like, okay, this is releasing 2 months.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, like, again, not a bad state of play at all. Just definitely not something that we're like, oh, we're honing in on things that are coming out like this the end of this year, beginning of next year. Not happening.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It wasn't bad, but it didn't blow me away either. It was fine. There were some things that were interesting, but nothing that close. God of War was the big announcement, but we already knew about it, and maybe they hadn't given us the release date before this. I don't remember, but I think we knew it was going to come out this year, so it's within the next 3 months, and they gave us, November. So
yeah, I think they did announce the release date, but again, reinforcing it.
Yeah, I think it was announced before as well, but I just don't remember.
So, okay. Can I just say I'm surprised that it's PS5, PS4?
Yeah, me too.
I'm a little bit surprised. I know that they don't
want to
lose the audience. They don't want to lose the
yeah.
audience. Yeah, they don't want to lose it. So, I mean, it's probably the smart decision, but I think it's interesting that they didn't do that. They didn't do just like, yep, PS5 only. Okay, direct time. Obviously. Oh no, go ahead.
There's a few more things in the dock that.
Did I miss the Suikoden one?
Suikoden, yeah. Which, again, not that much to talk about with that, but.
There's a Northeastern University ad. Hold on. There it is.
And then your Hearthstone one as well. You didn't.
Oh God, I fucking Blizzard again. Oh, that one's short. I can make that one short. That one I'll make short. Okay. Let's just make it short. Here's the complaint. Blizzard recently sent out a survey that had as an option, you said you haven't purchased the battle season pass yet. This is specifically if you're a player. So as a player, you receive this survey. I don't know if everybody received it, but just you haven't purchased the battle pass yet. Which of the following best describe why you haven't? Please select all that apply. Okay, the first thing here is that Blizzard doesn't do a good job with surveys in general. But the second thing here is I've heard bad things about it from streamers and or content creators. Okay. Here's my point on this. Number one, what are you doing, Blizzard? Number two, okay, let's pretend that everybody says I've heard bad things about it from streamers and or content creators. What do you do? What is the action that Blizzard takes? Like, what do you do? Yeah. We like go, oh, we're going to have to talk to all of our streamers and content creators and say, stop being so naughty and saying bad things about our stupid ass monetization strategies. Like, what do you do? There's no action there.
Yeah,
there's no action.
If I was a Blizzard content creator, and they sent me an email like that, I'd be like, no, fuck you. I say what I want. Your monetization sucks. Get better. Like, shut up.
Here's an example of something that they could have done instead. Let's say, like, you said you haven't purchased the Battleground Season Pass yet. Which of the following best describes why you haven't? Instead of saying please select all that apply, maybe just say, like, list your top 3 reasons. Because then you can, like, kind of get better information from that. And then, like, I see one of them. I don't like the changes made from perks. Okay. How about, like, I don't like that the season pass for Battlegrounds is the only way to go from 2 to 4 heroes. I'd rather just purchase it directly, maybe as a response from that. I don't like how you removed purchasing the battle pass with gold. Like, that's another thing. In which case, if everybody's saying, like, that's the reason they don't want to get it, then that's different. Then there's an action there to be taken, right? Because you can say, oh, well, I guess we have to let people buy it with gold again. Which Blizzard's not going to do it, but my point is that there's an action that can be taken. Yep. Or it's too expensive. I don't have enough money. I can't pay for it. $10 is too much. Everybody's saying that. Okay, let's bring it down to 5.
Yep.
Is 5 more reasonable? 2 points. The 2 points here were, 1, Blizzard doesn't know how to make a survey to get proper data. And 2, Blizzard's, like, putting prompts about streamers and content creators as, like, a possible reason why people aren't buying this season pass, which is not a good look for you. And I think somebody from Blizzard did actually say something and was like, basically was like, oops, we're still learning. We'll do better next time on our surveys. Shut up. No, you won't.
I'm tired of hearing we'll do better next time. We've heard that enough. We've heard that enough. Do better. Shut up.
It's like, no, you're not. Stop. Like, you did this on purpose. You didn't. It's not an oopsie. You did it on purpose. You're trying to figure out if content creators are shit talking your game. And
yeah, and they're also trying to, like, turn them into a scapegoat instead of taking responsibility for making a terrible decision and making their game, like, pay to win and anti-player basically, and just like, no, it was the streamer's fault for bad optics, or the streamer's fault. No, it's your fault, Blizzard. This was a terrible idea.
Here's another one too. I'm looking at this thing. I've heard bad things about it from forums. Like, what is the action you take? If you're Blizzard and everybody clicks that, number one, you don't even know, like, if I click every option in the survey, what would you know? What would you know is the reason I don't like it the most? What a dumb survey. It's just like, it's just how to make a survey to get reasonable data, and it's 101. This is like a basic thing. You can't get good data from this, because I can select everything and you don't know which I like the least, or something.
At least
like that.
at least if you're gonna let me select all the options, make me rank them like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or what.
Yeah, sure.
Like,
each one is like a rank. I put it at 1, I put it at 2, because then you can be like, okay, well, it seems like a lot of people are in putting. I've heard I don't like the cosmetic offerings in 1. Okay, well, what cosmetic offerings can we give you? What do you mean? Like, what do you want? Like, what specifically do you want? Like, what's the reason? Yeah, like, what do you like? There's no action on some of these. Like,
I've just shut down Reddit.
There's just no action. I don't understand why you'd make a survey like this. And this, by the way, this probably went through like 20 people at Blizzard. This probably went through like 20 people, and they still said, "Yep, publish it."
Yep, do it.
It's probably not 20, but it's like maybe 10. Because somebody at legal also had to look at it. The legal team had to look at it. The marketing team, the person that actually made the survey probably sent it up to the bosses. The bosses looked at it for 2 seconds and said, whatever. Send it to legal. Legal said it was fine. You know, the community manager probably looked at it. 10 people probably looked at this. 5-10 people probably looked at this. This is poor form from Blizzard again. That was the only thing I wanted to bring up on this. It's just bad survey making. Why are you putting content creators and streamers as a possible blame point, as a scapegoat? Like, it makes no sense. Okay. God, you can see why Blizzard, you just want to like, okay, the Suikoden thing, Spoon, I know nothing about this game, but apparently it is quite popular.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't played them. These are old school JRPGs. The Suikoden series, it died with Suikoden 4, or maybe there was a Suikoden 5 on, I want to say PS2, and there hasn't been one since, because I think 4 and 5 were not very well received and just kind of died.
Yeah, I mean,
but 1 and 2 especially, I think, are like cult classics, very beloved old school JRPGs on the, I think they're on the SNES, I want to say. And yeah, and these are Konami owned. This is a Konami owned series, and you know, we know how we feel about Konami.
Here's the real reason Konami's making this. They're gonna NFT the shit out of this.
Hopefully not. Here's the actual reason I think they're making this. They saw the Eiyuden Chronicle Kickstarter from a couple years ago, and that was like the most popular Kickstarter for a video game Kickstarter a few years ago. Konami was like, "Oh shit, people actually want that? All right, well, remake Suikoden, I guess." Like, or remaster, not remake, remaster.
It would line up with the dates, yeah.
That's what I think happened, is like they saw the success of the Eiyuden Chronicle Kickstarter and said, "Oh, I guess people actually like Suikoden and want Suikoden, so we should just remaster the first 2 games and sell that."
It's yeah, I mean, it's a pretty, I mean, it's a popular older game for, God, how old was this game? Let's see. I'm just thinking about the graphics of it. Was it a Super Nintendo game?
Yeah, I think they're Super Nintendo games. Okay, so like 25
to 30 years ago, something like that.
25 to 30 years.
Yeah. Okay, so the graphics of it, I don't know what they changed for the remaster version. I mean, it looks pretty good though, like considering.
Yeah, I saw some side by sides of it, and it looks quite a bit. It looks quite a bit better than the old ones did.
But yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Like, people, there's this nostalgia's a thing. People like to relive the good times, and they'll pay for that if you make some improvements and put it on a more modern platform, possibly with more accessibility to it. Like, for example, like Switch. Switch opens up possibilities for older games, you know, compared to before. So, I mean, like, yeah, it makes sense. Especially if an older title getting like a possible remaster / reimagining does well on Kickstarter or something like that. Yeah, like of course somebody's going to be like, hey, we should do that. Makes sense. Yeah, seems to line up.
Yeah, and apparently the translations for the old ones were kind of jank, so they said they were going to update the translation.
Sure.
Make it better.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's good.
So they're making some improvements to the game. It's not just like a straight. I mean, it's mostly a port, but they are touching it up. They're not just like straight porting it from SNES to whatever PC. I think it's like all platforms. I don't remember, but so yeah. And as Ghost said,
sorry, I was gonna say it says PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Steam, and Nintendo Switch.
Okay, yeah. So that's everything. I guess that's not. Oh, no PS5 and
no
series, I guess.
No current gen.
Old gen. No current gen.
Current gen.
Yeah, I guess as Ghost saying as well, like they're probably gonna see how well this sells, but I guess they're open to the idea of making new Suikoden games, assuming this does well. So we'll see.
Okay.
But yeah, let's also not have everybody forget about Eiyuden Chronicle, and people should buy that. When that comes out, because that's the spiritual successor to Suikoden. I think the old director of the Suikoden series is the one who's working on that on Eiyuden Chronicle. So
it's like, wait, people like that? Okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
I mean that is, again, maybe they were thinking about this beforehand, but that is what I think happened. Is like they saw the success of the Eiyuden Chronicle Kickstarter and were like, oh, people want that, I guess. Okay, we'll remaster Suikoden.
That's 100%.
People want that.
It's 100% what happened. Somebody saw the Kickstarter and said, hey, let's just remaster this. Get some money from it. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me double check. Okay, I didn't forget anything. Okay.
Yeah.
Now